everything you need to know about PSM, profitable scaling margin, the replacement to MER and ROAS. Let's dive into it because scaling is one of, if not the most important skill for any good brand or advertiser to master. But when you're scaling on MER or ROAS, you're going to be in a world of hurt because those numbers don't mean anything. It's ego, not cash flow. Let's get down to the golden equation of business growth. PSM. Let's get started. Now, PSM helps a brand focus on how to invest in their growth rather than chase what their marketing team mistakenly placed any value in, which is ROAS or MER. Often marketers use ROAS or MER, but these are very low integrity vanity metrics. So let's break down why these aren't helpful at all. First, ROAS, and more importantly, how making a sale isn't acquiring a customer. Let's focus on the elephant in the room, ROAS or MER, marketing efficiency ratio, which is basically ROAS, but for your entire ecosystem, which is basically also as useless. Now, this is the measurement du jour for all ad agencies, media buyers, and CMOs around the world. However, it is tremendously flawed. Let me tell you why. First thing we need to do is debunk ROAS quickly and then move to value. ROAS is AOV divided by CPA. Problem here is AOV is not controllable by any ad. No ad has the ability to control how much money any customer spends. Someone could easily spend $20 or $2,000 during a transaction on your store. If you're selling more than one product, you don't even know what product they're going to buy. Somebody could click on your ad and then go buy something else entirely. They could buy 10 of them. If they buy 10 of them, your ROAS is going to be great. But does that mean you did anything that you can repeat for success tomorrow? No. Because of our inability to control half of the equation, the output, ROAS has very little ability to drive any decision making. Also, ROAS doesn't account for cash flow or operating costs or recurring revenue or refunds or lifetime value or transaction fees or cost of goods or literally any operational cost at all. It's just a total profit or total revenue minus total cost. It's not even a profit metric. And MER, by the way, is just ROAS, but across the whole business. It's ego, not results. MER and ROAS, they're just a report card for one space in time with no context. 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. The other thing we need to appreciate is that making a sale is by no means the same thing as acquiring a customer. And this is vital for us to understand because we cannot correlate ROAS to LTV with any confidence, nor is it anything to do with cash flow. Cash flow, profit, and business development. PSM, the profitable scaling margin. This is the golden equation for growth marketing. PSM equals LTV divided by the sum of CPA and COGS. What is the lifetime value of a customer divided by how much does it cost to acquire every sale in that customer's journey, and what is the operational cost for each product and the support of that customer through that lifetime journey. Basically, in short, what we're measuring here is the projected lifetime value against the cost to make that sale happen and the average operating cost. What is the total amount of profit that we can expect from this customer after they make that sale on average? An example of this is, say we have a $200 lifetime value divided by the sum of a $50 CPA and a $30 cost of goods. Okay. If our product AOV is $40, we would have a ROAS of 0.8, right? $50 CPA, AOV of 0.4. 40 divided by 50, 0.8. Which would sound terrible, right? However, because someone who buys that offer typically matures to spend $200 in total after that purchase, our PSM would be 2.5. A PSM of 2.5 means that we could spend 250% more to make that sale before even breaking even. That means we could likely spend 5 times as much without having to worry about the rising CPA, because as we spend more, the CPA is going to rise. But if we get one extra sale, then it doesn't rise completely in line with their added spend. So as the resulting rise in CPA on Facebook, before it would be any concern, and that means that we can have a high confidence on future cash flow projections for the customer journey. So now we're able to plan for future revenue and inventory concerns based off of every sale. Now we can choose to keep the profit margin, or we could choose to invest that in future revenue, into the growth of our customer base. If we know customers spent 40, and on average they're worth 200, well, we could choose to say spend 100 of that to acquire more people. That's like, I don't know, 2.5 more customers. Those 2.5 more customers that we acquire at $40 a pop are also worth 200. So we're using the profit margin on one customer to generate more profitable customer journeys that ultimately mean that that one customer who was worth 200 when they were done is actually worth 600, because we're now having 3 customer journeys of 200, and that compounds over time. It's fractional banking. Analyzing PSM and prioritizing what fits best with our business needs lets us make business economic decisions and helps us to pair our marketing efforts to our business objectives. Rather than just chasing ROAS for a single transaction opportunity, and which is basically, rather than prioritizing the ego of a misinformed marketer, now we can focus on what is the most powerful marketing effort in our business, and we can really begin to align what is of most value to us to the priorities that we're choosing in our growth and acquisition efforts. That's fundamentally game changing. So how many competing PSM offers are you investing in? Outside of the whole making Facebook dumber because you're spending money on, say, 3 or 5 different offers, which means none of them are actually nearly as smart or as stable, as projectable, or as profitable as you could see. When you limit the scope of the offers, the number of offers that you're running, it's way easier to test and improve what happens after the click. And even the smallest of improvements can have a massive impact on the business. For instance, if you're running 5 different offers and you make one of those things 20% better, that's a 4% change in your business if they're all equal. If you're running one offer and make it 5% better, you're already making 25% of a higher improvement on your business than the first option. 5% is better than 4. And it's a lot easier. And you're gonna make more money. ROAS and MER has no ability to focus on this at all. So how do we scale a direct consumer brand, or a SaaS business, or a lead gen business, or literally any business at all? It really comes down to 4 simple things. Don't take my word for it. Watch literally any episode of Shark Tank or open any economics book. You're going to basically understand the customer journey comes down to 4 simple things. Number 1, let's improve the LTV. If these customers can be worth more, great. We can scale our brand against that higher value because we have more money to invest in the growth of our business. We can lower the CPA. Great. We can spend more of that margin up to that LTV on the growth of our business. We can lower the COGS. We can reduce our cost of inventory when we're acquiring product. Great. We can use that margin again to scale our business. Or we can find a balance that lets us drive a higher volume of customer journeys, because it's rarely ever one of those things. ROAS doesn't have an impact on any of this. By the way, neither does targeting audiences, neither does bidding models. And next time somebody says, well, my lookalike audience is working better. My reaction is that improving your lifetime value? Did that reduce your COGS? Is it something you can scale more and more into in a stable fashion to project future growth that's also creating omni-channel lift across the rest of your business for a better blended CPA and stabilizing your offers? No? How much money did you just invest in something that doesn't have any value to your business? The final simple facts here are simple. More customers is more data. More data is faster testing. More testing is fast improvement. Focus, improve, and scale. It really just comes down to mastering this equation. Now, I challenge you to do this math. And if you have any questions on it, comment below, like right back to me. Let me know, like, does this make sense? Did I do this right? Because your success is absolutely my goal. You should be seeing more success and less stress. When you work on PSM and can project future cash flow, you're not panicking because of yesterday's performance. You're planning for 2-3 months in the future. That's a fundamentally different result. When you're starting to put the finance of your business above the ego of your marketer, you're going to win more. And I say that as a marketer with quite an ego. I'll call myself out. Till next time, I'll see you later.